Hi guys, it's Chris, not in my cider shed, still in my kitchen, but my shoulder's getting a little bit better. Taking my sling off again, because it's nice to take it off. It's getting a bit warmer outside, so maybe we'll be down the shed soon. And I'm going to get a pallet, if not this week, next week. I think probably next week, with loads of new stuff on it. So there's loads of things we're going to try. But I got a delivery today of some boxes from Somerset, and it was from Pilton. So Martin, Berkeley, based in Shepton Mallet. Orchards are out in Pilton itself, in the village of Pilton. And what did I get? I got a bottle with lots of writing on it like this, from an old, I think 1930s typewriter, I think the label was done with. And this is called, what's it called? Can't remember. Fox Dog Cat? Fox Cat Dog? One of the two. I'll post it on the screen. It's Fox Dog Cat or Fox Cat Dog. The fox from the lazy dog. I don't know. Anyway, whatever. I'll post it on the screen. Fox Dog Cat. I just found it. It's right there. You have to dig around. This label's got a lot of information, but you have to dig for it. So what else is written on here? All sorts of things. It's like a story about a cat and a dog going to a bar, basically. But part of that says, so they order some cider. This is mature Jonagold blended with fresh keeved bittersweets, with hints of herbal spice and candied fruit. That is the main thing that it says on here. Got to delve to get it. It's kind of a cool label, isn't it? Martin, I think it was a graphic designer, always does cool stuff. There you go. So Jonagold, which is a culinary apple, dessert apple, blended with some of Martin's keeved ciders. So Jonagold. So I looked up Jonagold, and I have this here. So what does it say about Jonagold? So it's from USA. Jonagold is an American apple originally. It was raised in 1943 in the USA. It's a blend of Golden Delicious and Jonathan. And it says attractive with rich honeyed, almost aromatic flavour, crisp, juicy, nearly yellow flesh. Acidity of Jonathan gives less cloying, better balanced taste than Golden Delicious. Grown commercially all over Northern Europe, particularly Germany, also Austria, Belgium, France, Holland, Italy, Poland, blah, blah, blah. That is basically all the interesting stuff. So yeah. So it's got a bit of acidity from the Jonathan, so it's not just as sweet as whatever else I said. I've forgotten now. Golden Delicious, that was it. So, it is paler in colour, so that would suggest dessert apples with less tannin, so less oxidisation of tannin, less darkness in the beverage. So let's try and open this guy up, shall we? Yes, Chris. Okay. Also had some emails with Albert, Ross and White today. What we're talking about basically the palette I've ordered. That's one thing we're talking about. Also talking about doing some stuff live, which I'm not going to talk about too much here, but he's got a couple of releases coming up. So one of them, I'm going to get some of it in. I've already ordered it. It's going to come in. I can't sell it until the release date. But we're going to do an Instagram live opening drinking session of that. But I'll talk more about that as and when. So that's kind of cool. I think we're going to do a live tasting in March as well, we've discussed. So let's have a look. Okay. I can't get this out. I'm going to go get a tea towel or something to try and get the cork out. Be back in a minute. Got it in the end. So yeah, this arrived today. I've got 3 cases of this. Might get some more. Let's see how we go. Let's pour it out and try it. Got to stop using my right hand. Still fucking sore. Okay, so yeah, so expect some of that dessert, some more acid, less tannic dessert style, Kentish style, I guess you want to say, East Coast or American style cider, blended with the French style, so a bit of residual sugar. They're bittersweets. Tend not to be super tannic French ciders, so I don't know how tannic this will be, because normally the bittersweets in French ciders are not super bitter, not super tannic, if you like. And yeah, as you can see from the colour, that is quite pale, isn't it? So that would suggest it's made with some culinary dessert apples, but it has got a slight hint of that kind of gold amber in there that you get from the keeved ciders. So let's give it a sniff. Okay, that's really interesting. Bear with me. So what I'm getting, what did it say on this? Let me just see what it says. It's hints of herbal spice and candied fruit. Now what I'm getting on the top of that is a kind of I find there's a tiny hint of funkiness about it in a good way. there's a little bit of, there's like a toffee caramel. I'm like a toffee caramel aroma. That's the thing I'm getting the most on the nose. There's that bit of funk, toffee caramel. Yeah, like I want to say Rolos. You know the Rolos, chocolate with caramel in. It's kind of making me think of that. With a bit of funk. Did not expect that. Did not expect that. It's not super strong nose, but I mean you can get that. You can get that little hint of like funkiness, volcanic kind of funk, and okay, so a little bit of apple coming through, quite ripe apple. A hint of acidity, a hint of like the acid you get from a dessert apple, perhaps. Looking forward to trying this. Great mousse, really good mousse actually. Fills your palate with those bubbles, really nice. A hint of that funkiness is in there, tiny bit of minerality. Merest hint of tannin, not a lot though, which I wouldn't expect. There is that acidity, which I feel is closer lactic, bordering on malic, I would say. Which is kind of what I tend to expect from those sort of culinary dessert apples. It's got more of a, it feels more malic, the acidity, to my palate. But then there's that hint of, it said candied fruits there, but I feel it's like toffee element to this. I want to say Rolos again, I don't know why. Milk chocolates with caramel. I mean, it's subtle, but yeah, it's pretty good. I like it actually. It's a nice halfway house. As I've said many times on this show, which it isn't, whatever it is, I struggle a little bit with dessert culinary apple ciders. They don't tick the boxes for me that much. I like things with a bit more tannin, a bit more structure, and I don't always get that with dessert apples. This though, with that keeved cider in it, that element, that sort of, maybe it's a baked apple kind that I'm getting, which is what I tend to get from, keeved ciders, French style ciders, which is giving it that, it's just taking the edge of that sort of slightly malic character, rounding it out, and it's actually pretty pleasing. It's pretty pleasing. It's not as rounded as a keeved cider, it's got a little bit more bite to it, but it's really well judged, I think. Yeah, any less keeved cider in there, and I wouldn't like it quite as much. But just in the back I'm getting, I mean, if you want to call it candied fruit, fine. But that kind of slight sweet character in the back, which in my brain is going Rolos. I don't know why. Anyone else trying this probably think I'm mental for saying that, but it's just where my brain's going. I don't know why it is, but that's where it's going. Just got to say it as you see it, or taste it, haven't you? You've got to. But yeah. But it's just the right amount of keeved cider just to round out that John Gold and make it into a really pleasing drink actually. Yeah, good stuff. I'm glad because I've got several cases of it. Nice. Okay guys, as always, thank you for watching. This is a new release, so you will be able to get hold of it. Certainly from me, down at Broccoli Market, if you want to get some. But yeah, get hold of some, try it. I think it's worth getting hold of. And it's only 5.5%. Which is a good thing. So yeah, I had some conversation with Albert today about those things I discussed. And also he left a very long comment on my, this is the last film I did with the cheese, the fin, and the browns and brown snout blend. Really interesting comment. I was going to read it out, but I was going to read out that Johnny Gold thing as well. But I will read it out at some point. It's interesting. It's straight from the horse's mouth, i.e. Albert's mouth, which is a great mouth for it to come from because he makes cider and he makes great cider. So at some point I'll read that out. Maybe when I get the palate and I've got some of his stuff to try, I'll read the comment out because it's pertinent to what we're trying to some degree. Alright, as always, thank you for watching. I hope to see you again soon. And until then, cheers.